Hey guys, it's your boy Ryan, aka Ryan with the X or Ryxn, and you are watching Vision Vocal, man.
Keep it D-Lo. Says you wanna know my.
I make music, I sing, rap, produce, engineer, mix, master, the whole shebang or whatever, cause I'm broke and I ain't gonna pay nobody to do it for me. So yeah.
Says you wanna know my side, keep it on.
Originally it was something like imagery or something like that, but then I think at a certain point it felt too like ooh, like it felt like I would come out rapping like Common or something. Like I don't know. I used to play Call of Duty a lot, and like your gamer tag, whatever, you didn't want it to be too nasty or whatever, have a bunch of X's and numbers and stuff. So people would take vowels and replace them with X's, which you could just read it and kind of know what it was supposed to be. So I just took that same concept and did it with my government name.
Ryan, they hear my shit be like, damn, Ryan, I heard you just.
I was raised for the most part in Chatham, as famed by Chance the Rapper. A lot of the music played around me was like old school music, because my parents, they old. No disrespect to them, obviously I love them, but they old. So like I would go to school and people like rapping songs and knowing, I'm like, who are these people? Because every time I'm in the car, all I hear is Luther Vandross and Marvin Gaye and Phil Collins and all that, like that type of stuff. So that was all I was getting constantly, and I'd go to school like, bro, I don't know who is Lil Wayne, bro? I don't. And then eventually I had to just teach myself and find the stuff on my own, and like they wouldn't even let me. I'd try to turn on rap stations like in the car, and they'd be like, nah, they talking too crazy, nah. So like yeah, but mostly like old school soul, Motown, everything from Earth, Wind and Fire, Luther, like all that type of stuff.
Who were some of the first artists that you discovered on your own?
A lot of stuff I was getting from like my peers or whatnot. Like earlier on, like people around me were listening to Tyler the Creator and all these other people, but Childish Gambino, I found him on my own and changed my life forever. And that was, yeah, nah, nothing could beat that. Cause I was like, and then I found Freaks and Geeks, and then I found out he had a whole bunch of other music. I was, no, I could just keep going.
Yeah,
what?
Made it back to home base. Gosh, I hope I'm still safe.
I was probably around 12 or 13 when I like roughly started writing and recording. It really didn't get that great till like 2 or 3 years ago, where it started sounding more official or whatnot. But yeah, since like 12 or 13, I would say, and then on and off from there. But the past like 4 or so years, I've been taking it more seriously, being more consistent with it.
Everyone else proud, all while I'm letting myself down.
I uploaded it. It was a remix to Freaks and Geeks. Yeah, but originally it wasn't even supposed to be that. It was actually, I wrote it to like an A$AP Rocky beat. It was, I don't remember the song, but it was, I think it was Big Spender. Hey, Big Spender, yeah. And then I took it from that, and then I just moved it to the Freaks and Geeks beat. But I couldn't do hooks or choruses, because I was just trash, and I just didn't understand what would go into that. Like, what's gonna make people wanna whatever. So it was just bars and bars and bars and lines. It just straight rap the whole time. And then I recorded in this garbage program, like super garbage old program. Because my dad's a musician, so a lot of the tools and stuff, he had it, but also it was old. Because like I said, my parents are old. So it was a rough process, but at the same time, it was like, I got a lot more going on than what other people do, which is nothing, or I gotta pay X amount to go to this studio or whatever. It's been really, really good, really positive. My family really supports my music, and I like, cause my dad, he's a saxophone player. Like, he's been doing music or whatever, been on the road with this artist or that artist behind him or whatever. But yeah, they like, I've even shown like my grandma a song, and she's like, yeah, you gotta release that one, man. What you talking about? So like, yeah, it's a really good feeling to know that they got my back and whatnot, and friends. Of course, I mean, obviously it is gonna be a discrepancy between, it always feels like people don't know you're gonna support you more than the people who do sometimes, but
Mailbox, brand new check, just laid through the mail.
I feel like the hardest part is to like being consistent, or a lack thereof, if that makes sense. So a lot of people, they or a lot of advice people give is niche down, have a style, let people know exactly what they're gonna hear from you when they like listen to you. Like certain artists, you're like, I know exactly how this song is gonna sound before I press play. I'm not gonna say no names, but
Oh, do it.
no, but like roughly speaking, a DaBaby song, if you play it, you know how it's gonna sound. Like a Black song, you roughly know how it's gonna sound. But like for me, that's hard because I like a whole lot of music. I don't want to. One day I might want to sound like I'm about to kill somebody. The other day I might want to sound like la 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 la, happy day sunshine. I don't know. It depends on what mood I'm in. So it's hard in that regard. And then also I feel like when I do make songs that I like, it's a lightning in a bottle kind of thing. And so I'm like, yo, this is a hit. But then other stuff, I'm like, it's just not. So I can go months without making a song, but when I make that one song, I'm like, this is it. So it's just a battle with consistency on all fronts, I guess. Finding a balance of like actually creating the stuff and then also what it's gonna sound like, because it is hard to. I just don't understand how people can take themselves down to only be one style, because we all people, we're all very complex in our emotions. Like Juice WRLD isn't literally always heartbroken. Sometimes he's mad, or he might be happy sometimes. He don't never make music about that though, but that's a part of who he is. Or
Flex just slid through the mailbox, brand new check.
it brings me and my people that I rap with together, Khair and KoiFsh, it brings us together. And also just listening back to it, sometimes I'm like, how did I do that? Like the whole process, like once I complete it, the whole process and everything I just did just goes out the window in my head, and I'm like, who made this? It couldn't have been me. I know it's me, but like, couldn't have been me. And I was no what? Like, I don't know, it's cool to be like, dang, like I did that, especially because I do everything myself. Like I did all of that, like that's crazy. Depends on the friend. They have two different types of. Khair, let me start with KoiFsh. Me and KoiFsh, we have a thing where we can hear or know what like we want to hear before it's actually there. So we can like conjure up the idea of what's going on, what we want it to sound like, blah blah blah. Khair, at times he doesn't have that, so it's like you have to make something, or like I have to make something and then play it and kind of hope he likes it or hope it fits what he's trying to go for, kind of thing. And then also they make two different styles of music and whatnot, but a lot of times they count on me, well not count on me, but I end up getting them out of their comfort zones with certain types of beats, or I might ask them to get on this song and they're like, dang, I would have never did nothing like that if you didn't, blah blah blah. So I mean, it's fun, it's always a push and pull kind of thing. And
do you find one of them being easier to work with?
KoiFsh is easier to work with, because like I said, he already has an idea, and it's like Khair, I have to sit there and like make a bunch of stuff, and they be like, but he doesn't know what's wrong with it.
Yeah.
But like KoiFsh, he'll already like that one, and then it'll
Yeah.
She swiped up on my snap and called me cute, yeah, you know.
Finish the sentence. It's blank.
us.
Correct.
Yeah.
Who belongs on Mount Bopmore?
Mount Bopmore. That's like the Mount Rushmore of people who make bops. I'd have to put myself first and foremost, and I hate when people do stuff like that, but
No, you have to.
yeah, to a degree, especially because I literally said that on the song. Smino, T-Pain, Kyle.
When did the urbaning begin?
I feel like in his interview he already answered this question,
Yeah.
but it was just watching Kenny Beats and he just hyping up yerba mates, and I'm like, well, I need to try that, because if it's caffeine but it's not like a Red Bull, it's gonna make me die, because I'd be having sleep issues. So I'm like, hey, let me try it, and it was like, hey, this is pretty good. So hey, and then I put everybody else on, and now we're yerba lights.
Are you hot or are you cute?
I'm cute. I hate that hit.
And the last one, are you a MILF hunter yet?
No.
She swiped up on my snap and called me cute, yeah, you know.
It was all me. I mean, unless you count inspiration, but I hate cute. I hate cute for the same reason that I expressed in the song, because that whole song was made out of genuine like frustration. Frustration of my love life, of like, yo, I'm a grown man, I have a beard, you call me cute? What's up with that? What? Yeah, and I had been really into Toby Lou at the time. I was actually back in school, and I wasn't even in Chicago. I was in like Waukegan, like by myself in this like condo I was staying in with my uncle, and I brought all my studio stuff. but Toby Lou Buff Baby was popping, and Buff Baby, he took the things from Adventure Time. I'm a buff, whatever. So I was like, oh, we can do that. We can just take things from things. Oh, well, all right. So I was like, cool. So I'm gonna do something like that then. And the Chief Keef, she think I'm cute.
Oh, yeah. She think I'm cute. She wanna have sex.
But also at the same time, I had a genuine distasteful relationship with being called cute. So I'm like, I'ma just, and then, yeah, and the beat, I found some sample off of Looperman, added some extra stuff, whatever. Like it was a really quick song. I didn't put too much thought into it. I was just like, I don't like being called cute. And then I rapped it, and it was like, and I don't even know how it got so many numbers or blew. I really don't know, because it did that way, like a decent time after it came out. So I really don't know what happened.
Out of nowhere. You didn't really promote it that much.
I promoted it, but to the degree of which it was getting numbers, I didn't do any, like, it just kind of happened. Like it happened, I think, I want to say like the year after I dropped it, because I had dropped it like the year before last, I think, sometime in the summer. So like 2019, yeah, like summerish of 2019, and then like near December to January of the next year, it just was, I'm like, why is this happening? I think overall between Apple and Spotify, somewhere between like 40-50K. Like combined, and then it even has like 1,000 or something on SoundCloud and a couple on YouTube. Like, I don't know why. I really don't. But no, I'm proud of it. It's just, it's one of the things where like I really don't know what happened. So I'm like, how would I even recreate that? I just kind of like put it out there. But I guess it makes me proud, because it makes me proud for the same reason why I'm like confused, because I didn't do anything. I just kind of put out a song I thought was good, and it just did its own thing, which kind of makes me feel like, oh, okay, so I don't need to overthink a whole marketing strategy and blah, blah, blah. I can just make some good stuff and it'll catch wind, blah, blah, blah. And that might not happen every time, because obviously I think everything I make is good, and they don't all, you know, but yeah, I'm proud, because it's like, dang, I just did that and that just naturally happened. I didn't do anything. It's people in overseas that are listening to me. I'm like, what? People in, is it like France or something, like from other countries are like, yo man, I'm a big fan. I'm like, what? Okay, cool.
Tried to bite, but I'm tough like a gizzard. Just made it.
When KoiFsh performed at his school, like opened up for B.O.B. or whatever, a lot of those songs he did were like my beat. So I'm hearing him perform like stuff that we did together on these fat speakers on this, whatever. I'm like, hey, I like this. Like, I could get used to this. Like, so I'd probably say that, and then the cute thing is probably like, if we just talking about strictly personal, then that's probably something. But yeah, probably one of those two.
Every thought is too frightening. Been trying to make every.
Only really open mics. Well, I featured in this one artist I know, Don't Be Kendall. He had a show like sometime last summer or something, and we had a song together, Drip Bayless. And he wanted to perform that song on this thing, and he invited me to come perform it with him. It was like a house show type thing. So but other than that, no shows per se, just like open mics for the most part. It was cool. I found it, I don't know, it was just something I just kind of did. And then also the crowd reaction. You say one thing and they like, ooh, like you get that, I don't know, it's like a certain energy that's like, yo, like, yeah, it was something I'm like, yeah, I would want to do that again for sure, and be like doing my stuff, and would hope the crowd still reacts like as excited and whatnot. But then like the video I got of it, I showed it to like my friends or something. They like, bro, you look like you do this. Like you look like you belong right there. Like I'm like, thanks, man. Oh my
gosh. That's a good thing to hear.
My average days are like depressing. Like they're just really average. I wake up, handle my hygiene. I go downstairs, make like a super dumb high calorie smoothie and drink that until I'm about to explode, and then get my lunch and everything, and I go to work, and then I be at work and I be doing work stuff, and then I come home, I might eat a yogurt or something, I go to the gym, come home, eat dinner, go to sleep, repeat. And then like on days off now, I'm switching from full-time to part-time, so hopefully now my days off can be full of more music or art or just other stuff that actually interests me rather than being a slave. But you know.
Where does your motivation come from to like sit down and work on music?
the feeling after I finish, or the feeling like when I show people and they're impressed, or like, cause like I said, when I play it back, I'm like, dang, like I did this, or like when somebody acting like, yo, you did, y'all, like you made that beat, you did this, or like, you, what, you did all that, or like, you can sing like that, you can rap like that. I'm like, yeah, like yeah. So it's like, but also like when I finish and I listen back to it, like even like when I just finish it, and I'm like, I don't feel there's anything else that needs to be changed. I'm like, that's crazy. I really, man, it's like when you painted something, you finally step back and you're like, wow, I don't know what just happened, but wow. Do it. Don't think too much. If you think too hard about it, you'll never do anything. And even if you don't have, let's say the best, most expensive, this, that, and the third, you work with what you got till you can get better. You learn more. Constraints require you to. They're gonna make you be more creative and figure out ways around things, how to do certain things, and just go for it. Because if you spend your time trying to plan it out and figure out every single thing, you're just not gonna do anything.
Is that something you struggle with, like overthinking to the point where you can't even do it?
Absolutely, big anxiety. Yeah. Where it's like, that's what I'm really trying to practice now. Is just going, just go. Don't think about it. And I mean, so far lately, it's been working with the different avenues I'm trying it in. But like I realized, like if I give myself a chance to think, I'm gonna talk myself out of whatever I want to do, and then that don't help nobody. I set goals for this year. I don't know necessarily if I'm gonna track to beat them, but I set them because I was like, hey, why not? I think I might have said like 30,000 plays on my music or something like that. I wanted to increase from what I had last year on my like Spotify Wrapped or whatever. I don't remember how many listens it was. I wanted to try to do at least 2 music videos and a couple like photo shoots too. Like I just want to get more active and putting myself out there to where, because like a lot of people listen to Q, they don't know what I look like. They don't know, they don't have any idea of who I am, whatever, none of that, because I don't have a lot of stuff that's me just like out there. And also a lot of those things too are in tandem with like my confidence as far as like getting anxiety or just being in certain situations. Like if I'm shooting a video outside, I'm like, oh, these people are looking at, oh my God. So if I can get over that, then that's a step in the right direction. Hey guys, it's been your boy Ryan. Thanks for watching. Shout out to Vision Vocal, and y'all can follow me here, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, Ryan with the X. Stay tuned for more Vision Vocal, guys.